Arsenal Football Club have lacked in their overall performances and somehow still sit third in the Premier League after their 0-0 draw with Everton this weekend. But with other clubs having games in hand and the drop-off in performance levels within the squad, combined with what's been seen personally for me as an average summer transfer window, it's now or never, as the Gunners cannot fall out of the top four this season. Can he secure the signings that will push past their rivals and secure their spot in the top four this season? I think the jury's still out. In this video, I'm breaking down the 3 signings Arsenal must make in January to stay competitive, boost their chance of a top 4 finish in May, and make a serious push in Europe. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're an Arsenal fan or just a football fanatic, and let's dive straight into it. Let's go. Mikel Arteta spoke out about the upcoming January transfer window, stating the window gives us an opportunity to strengthen the team, only if we feel that it's needed, and we feel that we have the capacity to do that as well. It's clear with the Gunners many points behind the league leaders that there is an opportunity to invest in the players necessary to give themselves a chance to challenge. But with Arsenal Football Club being one of the biggest clubs in England and one of the biggest clubs in the world, they have to bring in the right quality of player that's going to push the starting lineup, push the current bench, and give themselves an opportunity to create an even better squad than they currently have. But if January comes and goes and the right level of investment isn't brought in, Arsenal will fall away once again and go 5 years without a major trophy, over 20 years without a league title, and over 30 years without a European trophy. So the first major question is very, very clear. What does Arsenal need in the window? With the injuries to the back line, it's clear a ball-playing defensive talent with aerial dominance would add some extra quality to the defensive roster at the Emirates Stadium. It could also possibly cover the potential exit in the summer of William Saliba or Gabriel Magalhaes, as both defenders could very well move clubs in the summer in search of extra trophies. And with injury concerns past and present around midfielders such as Mikel Merino and Thomas Partey, an 8-star midfielder who can make dynamic runs, add aggression into the attack, and become a second creative playmaker across both boxes in some regard, would be the ideal target in that position. It's clear that Arsenal also need an out-and-out striker, with their top 2 scorers, Kai Havertz and Bukayo Saka, scoring 5 goals each. With Gabriel Jesus lacking in league goals altogether, they need another striker to stake a claim in the squad and give Havertz some true competition. Now we move on to the players who could provide some impact in the Arsenal squad, and I've selected 3 players, one for each of those positions, that I think could do the job. So let's start off from back to front, which means we begin with the back line. One centre-back that fits the style that Arsenal play, and a player that Chelsea fans will definitely recognise, is AC Milan's Fikayo Tomori. He's a dynamic and aggressive centre-back renowned for his pace, tenacity and ability to play out from the back. Since joining AC Milan, Tomori has established himself as a key player, showing excellent recovery speed, one-on-one defending and composure on the ball. His performances have been pivotal in Milan's recent resurgence, including the Serie A title win in the 2021-22 season. He thrives in systems that require a high defensive line and proactive defending, and his speed and recovery ability make him ideal for teams that rely on pressing and counter-pressing strategies, while his passing and ball carrying add value during build-up play. He's especially effective when paired with a physically dominant partner, i.e. a Gabriel, allowing him to focus on his strengths in anticipation and recovery. While Tomori excels in a high line at Milan, Arsenal's pressing schemes require coordination with the midfield and fullbacks, something he would need to acclimate to, but his recovery pace ensures Arsenal are less vulnerable to counter-attacks when committing numbers forward, and his ability to progress the ball through carries or passes fits Arsenal's emphasis on building from the back under pressure. Fikayo Tomori would be a good addition to the defensive roster and would carry some form of impact to the Arsenal lineup. Tomori amongst the defensive ranks would add some proper competition in that back line and would add some more defensive pressure into that system and that whole setup. Overall, the signing of Fikayo Tomori gets a grade B-. There is that worry in some areas, however, overall, he's a decent defender and would do very well in the Arsenal roster. One midfielder who can adapt in the midfield and potentially demonstrate some advanced duties whilst deep in position is one of Real Sociedad's top players. I'm talking, of course, about Martin Zubimendi. He is one of the most composed and intelligent defensive midfielders in La Liga. Known for his tactical awareness, precise passing and ability to dictate the tempo, he has become a vital figure in Emmanuel Alguacil's side. Martin Zubimendi is a prototypical deep-lying playmaker who excels in controlling the tempo of matches, thriving in systems that emphasise possession and structured build-up play, such as a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1. Zubimendi is often positioned as the pivot, tasked with transitioning defence into attack, protecting the back line and maintaining the team's shape. As the six-star midfielder, he would anchor in possession, maintaining the team's structure and controlling the tempo, whilst also distributing the ball efficiently with short and long passes, progressing play into attacking areas and screening the defence and breaking up opposition attacks through interceptions and tackles. In the double pivot, he would share defensive duties, for example, with Declan Rice, whilst also interchanging as to who does slightly more attacking duties whilst in that position, and his ability to play progressive passes, acting as the distributor between both boxes, would complement Rice's ball carrying and tackling skills, and it would allow Declan Rice to become the more defensive of the pair. Against lower league teams or in matches where Arsenal dominate possession, Zubimendi could play as the lone number 6, enabling Odegaard and a more advanced midfielder to push forward. Against stronger opponents, though, he could deploy Zubimendi and Rice together in a double pivot, providing defensive solidarity and enhanced ball progression. With reports making the rounds of the top-tier journalists that Martin Zubimendi could potentially leave in the January window, and many of the big clubs sniffing around him, including reportedly Arsenal, it's very clear that Zubimendi is a top player, and Arsenal should have benefited from this in the summer and paid enough money to attract Zubimendi's interest into the Emirates Stadium and away from his beloved Sociedad. It was very hard to convince him, but if anyone can, then Arsenal can if they pay the money and actually show as much as they can that they want the player. I'm giving Zubimendi a grade A. For me, he's one of the best midfielders in the world right now in terms of that particular position. And for me, Zubimendi would be the ideal target in the centre of midfield for the Gunners. And finally, a name that not many thought I would choose for the striker role, who's been thriving this season, is Eintracht Frankfurt's Egyptian star Omar Mamouche. Having moved to Eintracht Frankfurt in the summer of 2023, Mamouche has shown adaptability in different tactical setups and continues to develop as a complete forward. He is an attacking player who thrives in fast-paced systems where transition play is a focus. He combines his technical dribbling skills with intelligent movement to create goal-scoring opportunities. His ability to drop deep and carry the ball forward makes him an asset in counter-attacking setups also. In possession-heavy systems, Mamouche can struggle with link-up play, but his pace and directness make him a constant threat on the break. His versatility across the front line also makes him adaptable to various tactical setups. Mamouche's explosive pace, dribbling ability and versatility make him an intriguing fit for Arsenal's style, particularly in wide areas or as the forward in a counter-attacking situation. However, to maximise his potential, he would need to refine his decision-making, finishing and link-up play if he's to bring the most out of his time at the Emirates Stadium if the move was to happen. But if integrated well, he could provide Arsenal with another dynamic, versatile attacking option in their quest for the Premier League and European success. Omar Mamouche wouldn't have been the highest voted choice of Arsenal fans for strikers. He is, however, a striker with still a high ceiling of potential to reach, and Arsenal could bring the most out of him, and actually he could bring the most out of Arsenal's tactical setup currently, as the way their tactics have been going this season, they haven't brought the most out of their attacking players in terms of their fluidity, their creativity, and everything innovative locked up and stored away, playing this structured system that feels quite robotic at times for Arsenal. So in terms of a grade for this signing, I'm going to go with a C+. And part of that is due to the fact of other options and the fact that he may need more than one season at Frankfurt to get the most out of him. So there you have it, but now I want to hear from you. Which signings would you make in the January window? Do you agree with my picks? Or do you have other targets in mind? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more Arsenal news and transfer updates, and turn on notifications as you never miss out on all the latest gossip and potential insights. And for now, ladies and gentlemen, I am the CHALL, ta for now, and that is full time. Difficult result for the Gunners this weekend, but the January transfer window is an opportunity to bring the most out of that period of time. Will Arsenal do it? We'll find out in January.